Good morning, everybody. Hope your weekend is going good so far. You're tuned into the Moe Money Sports Network. I'm Moe Money, the sports network for the sports fan. Here we go. It is Saturday, November 27th. The Minnesota Timberwolves at 3 o'clock take on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are going to take this game, I believe, as the Timberwolves aren't very good, in my opinion. However, they do have some talent like Karl Anthony Towns. I just think the Sixers are a better ball club. Give me the Sixers in that one. And as usual, my predictions are for entertainment purposes only. And here we go. The Knicks and the Hawks in the ATL in Atlanta. This will be a very good game as these are two very competitive teams in the Eastern Conference. It'll be interesting to see whether Trae Young can lead the Hawks to a victory or whether the overall team concept of the Knicks will lead them to a W. I will take the Knicks in this game. That's just my opinion, and that's at 4:30. The Suns are in Brooklyn to take on the Nets. I think Brooklyn feasts on the lesser teams in the NBA, and the Suns are one of the better teams. Give me the Suns in that game. By the way, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel and drop a like to help promotion. The Heat take on the Bulls in Chicago at the United Center at 5 p.m. The Bulls have a good young squad, and the Heat look like contenders. This should be a great game. I'm taking the Bulls. The Hornets and the Rockets. The Hornets are just going to overmatch the Rockets. The Rockets are not a very good team since James Harden left. That was a big blow to them. Give me LaMelo and the Hornets in that game, and that game starts at 5 o'clock. The Cavaliers and the Magic at 5 o'clock in Cleveland. Again, these are two struggling teams. It's really a pick 'em. I'm just a shot in the dark here. I'm taking the Orlando Magic over the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Washington Wizards are in Dallas to take on the Mavericks. I think Luka and the Unicorn Porzingis is going to be too much for the Wizards, even with Bradley Beal and his supporting cast. Give me the Mavericks in that game. The Pelicans are in Utah to take on the Jazz in the final game of the evening at 6 p.m. The Pelicans are a good young team with Zion Williamson, but the Utah Jazz with Devin Mitchell, it's just going to be too much for the Pelicans, I believe. Give me the Jazz in that one. And our Saturday continues going to the NHL, where there is a full slate of games at 4 o'clock. It starts, at 4 o'clock we have the Edmonton Oilers in Vegas taking on the Golden Knights, which means also tonight you can expect an Oilers fan reaction video. The Sabres take on the Wings. Koskinen and Leonard are your expected goaltenders. I'll take the Oilers in that one, but remember, I'm a bit of a homer. Buffalo and Detroit, you goaltenders are Dell and Nedeljkovic. I'll take the Red Wings. I think the Sabres are going to struggle from this point forward in the season. They got off to a good start, though, so commendable to them, and this game could go either way. The Kraken versus the Panthers. It's expected to be Drager, who's 0-2-0, versus Spencer Knight, who is 5-2-1. With the combination of Knight and Bobrovsky, the Panthers seem to have figured it out and are heavy favorites in the East, while the Kraken are looking like an expansion team. Only 1 point behind the Canucks, however, for the 7th spot in the Pacific Division. But I'm going to take the Panthers in this game, as I don't think the Kraken have enough to get by Florida. The Canadiens and Penguins at 4 o'clock. The struggling Canadiens. I don't see them changing that at the Igloo in Pittsburgh with Crosby and the Penguins. Your expected goaltenders are Mutombo and DeSmith, but I will take the Penguins in that one at 4 o'clock. The Senators and Kings. The Kings have been on a roll. The Senators have been struggling badly, which is really too bad because this year the Senators are supposed to turn it around and hopefully make the playoffs. I don't know what that means for the future of their GM or their head coach, but I will take the Kings in this one. Your expected matchups are Matt Murray, who's 0-5-0, versus Cal Peterson, who is 4-3-1. Just a moment here. The Columbus Blue Jackets versus the St. Louis Blues. Now, these are two very good teams, I do believe. The Blue Jackets will go with Corpusalo versus Husso, and based on that goaltending matchup, I'm going to take the Columbus Blue Jackets in St. Louis on the road, as Corpusalo is 3-3, and Husso is making his debut. That game's at 5 o'clock in St. Louis. Give me the Blue Jackets. The Dallas Stars are in Arizona to take on the Coyotes. The Stars have been on a roll. This game's at 5 o'clock. The Coyotes are not last in the league. They are 31st, but I will still take the Dallas Stars in this game. Your starting goaltenders are aimed to be Hudobin and Wedgwood. So the Predators are in Colorado to take on the Avalanche. Your starting goaltenders are expected to be Big Save Dave Riddick for the Nashville Predators, and Johansson for Colorado. And again, Colorado's been on a roll. Nashville's been surprising people in the league, but that's kind of what Nashville does. But I'm taking the Predators based on this matchup. I think Big Save Dave has a good game. He's 1-0 against Johansson, who's making his debut, it looks like. And that game is at 6 p.m. And in your final game at 7 o'clock, the Jets and the Flames. It'll be Comrie versus Markstrom, who's 3-2. Markstrom is 8-3-4. Comrie's 3-2. The Flames have been on a roll, but they've been struggling at home. And as an Oilers fan, it pains me to say, but the Flames could beat the Jets here in this one. I'll take the Flames. Remember, pick with your head, not with your heart. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, may your ego come from a place that keeps you humble. I'm Moe Money. Mamba out.